Ordinarily, I don't like to engage in drama. I mean, okay, sure, it's fun to pwn some theist nut bar when you have to, but in this particular case, I have to call out a friend, and, well, I'm not really looking forward to that, but it kind of has to be done. So, let's do this. So a small recap for those of you who haven't been keeping up with it. Proposition 8 in California was struck down, which means that, well, gay marriage can't happen yet, but they're that much closer. Because there's going to be an appeal, and apparently they're not allowed to start marrying people again until after the appeal or something. I don't know. But the point is that some of us, you know, those of us who happen to be LGBT, are kind of on the happy side about it. And speaking of happy, let me tell you about HappyCabbie. Because HappyCabbie celebrated, and, you know, he was basically telling us it was awesome, you know, and it is. But apparently he has some homophobic friends who, like, didn't take the way he expressed his glee particularly well. And as a result, he thought he was going to lose his friends or something, so he apologized for celebrating for, you know, Proposition 8 being overturned. And, well, that started the shitstorm, because, you know, he's apologizing to these people, apologizing to those people, left and right, and a lot of us are like,
what else would you know, condone, you know, for the sake of keeping friends?
Yeah, that's it precisely. I mean, what we're talking about here are people's lives, their happiness, their livelihood, their ability to make that extra connection with the person they love. And for the sake of a friendship, you are going to not talk about how glad you are that their bigotry is no longer coded into law. That your ability to celebrate has been stunted because of their expectations of you. And somehow you're okay with this. It boggles my mind, Cabbie, it really does. I don't understand what you're doing. I mean, I understand wanting to keep a friendship better than you'll ever know. But at the same time, think about what you're doing. Think about what you're giving up, what parts of your own personal principles you are compromising for the sake of someone who is essentially being an asshole and demanding that you respect their right to be an asshole. I don't understand your logic on this one, Cabbie. I really don't. And ordinarily, we get along really well, you and I. Ordinarily, I'm glad of your existence. But in this particular case, I'm finding it very difficult to support you. I mean, remember, I'm a lesbian my own darn self. Okay, this affects me, too. And you're going to sit there and tell me that you're not allowed to celebrate because my life has potentially gotten better? Really? For the sake of this asshole friend of yours? This bigot friend? You owe them nothing, Cabbie.
The thing is, you stand by your friends.
Cabbie, what's my slogan? Huh? Don't run on automatic. Think. You're running on automatic right now. You don't stand by your friends if your friends aren't worthy of it. If your friends are behaving like bigots and they won't change their minds, if they're being cruel and mean to other people, and you stand by them, you're enabling them. You are making it easier for them to come after people like me. Okay? Have a little empathy. Think about the rest of us for a change, not just you and your friend. I mean, seriously, what you're doing right now, by enabling this bigot, by kowtowing to their demands of you, what you are doing is making it still easier for them to come after me and my kind. And do you really want that, Cabbie? And do you really not understand why it might piss off some of us? I mean, again, I don't want to be doing this. I consider you a friend. And yet, what you're doing right now, I mean, I don't even have the words for it, because it's weak doesn't describe it, chowder-headed doesn't quite describe it, but you're not being smart here. And, I mean, okay, yeah, I can understand how it might hurt to lose a friend. But at the same time, what good is a friend who behaves like that, who behaves like a bigot, who points at people like me, other people that you claim to like and respect and care about, and tells you that we're worth less, tells you that we are second-class citizens or lesser than that, and you're going to stand by that friend? I mean, honestly, that is weak. That is pansy. That is borderline bigoted your own darn self, passive-aggressively so. And I know that's not you, Cabbie. I know it's not. So, why would you stand by someone like that? Why wouldn't you call them out on their bullshit? In fact, for my money, that's what real friends do, is point to their friends and say, hey, you got it wrong, let's try and get it right. They try to help their friends. How are you helping a bigot by not calling them out on their bullshit? Come on, Cabbie, don't run on automatic. Think.
A friend is a person that you can call at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, I've got a problem, I need to talk about it.
You can also come out to a friend, Cabbie, without losing them. A true friend will learn that you're a lesbian or gay or whatever else and go, oh, okay, and leave it at that, because they're a true friend, not a bigot.
And the other thing is, you don't place conditions on friendships.
Yeah, you do. Otherwise, you'd be friends with everybody. You know, there's some really basic conditions, like you don't try to stab me. That's kind of part and parcel with the friendship thing, I'm thinking. And you also don't try to change me too much. I mean, unless I'm being a complete asshole over here. You know, I mean, if you happen to disapprove of my favorite band, you're not going to change that. If I'm constantly, like needling you about your habits or something in a way that annoys you, you can tell me and I'll stop, because I shouldn't be a jerk. That's part and parcel of friendship, is not being a jerk to each other. So yeah, you do place conditions on friendship, Cabbie. Of course you do. Not doing so is weakness. Not doing so means that you're going to be a doormat your whole life.
You stand by your friends even when you disagree with them.
There is a huge world of difference between disagreement and being morally repugnant. Okay, I disagree with a lot of my friends about various things. You know me, I'm a complete sci-fi nut. What do I like best? Star Wars, right? So many of my friends are Trekkies. Now, don't get me wrong, I like certain things about Trek. Obviously, I fucking hate Shatner, but on and on like that. We can disagree and stay friends. But if someone tries to tell me that me being a lesbian is unacceptable, that person will never be my friend. Ever. And if they started out my friend and maybe they didn't know I was a lesbian at first, although how anyone could miss that, I never know, but people have done it, and then they find out, and all of a sudden I'm persona non grata. Okay? It's happened. So, when somebody is being that unacceptable, and you continue to keep them your friend, you are, like I said before, enabling them. You are giving them basically a safe harbor, comfort. You are compromising your own principles to stay friends with an asshole. Think about that for a minute. Is that really what you want to do? I mean, okay, maybe you can call this person up at 3 a.m., but what good are they going to do you? What if you had to come out to them, Cabbie? Huh? Think about it.
When I make a friendship, I don't have an interview process. I don't say, it's like, okay, well, do you believe this? Do you believe this? Do you believe this? Do you believe this? Oh, sorry. You're disqualified.
So what? You don't have any limits? There is nothing that a person could do that would just be too much? There is no way for a person to ever, ever, ever lose your friendship? What would a person have to do? How far would it have to go? I mean, in the comments section of your video, I made kind of half-heartedly joking references to axe murderers and shit. You know, I mean, would you actually be like, oh, okay, so you murdered my family and raped their dead bodies and then ate them in the basement, you know, with fava beans and a nice Chianti or whatever, but that won't affect our friendship. Nah, you're not disqualified. Okay, I made that kind of a reference, but you have to have some limits, Cabbie. You can't always stand by your friends. There has to be something that they can do that would be too much. And I'm wondering what that is. Because if telling you that other friends of yours shouldn't be allowed to get married, that our lives should not be allowed to go to that level because of who and what we are, and you're willing to say, all right, well, you know, we can stay friends even though you're that much of a bigot, even though you're that much of an asshole. Yeah, let's stay friends anyway. You know, and it's possible that I've got some homophobic friends out there that I don't realize I've got. But if I did find out, well, you better fucking believe I would argue with them. At the very least, you'd better believe I would say to them, hey, I'm a lesbian, and if you can't accept that, then we can't be friends. And I should be allowed to get married to someone that I fall in love with, and if you can't accept that, then your worldview and mine are too incompatible. I can say that, because I have limits. What are your limits, Happy? Come on. What are your limits?
Just because, you know, a friend says something or does something that, you know, you may disagree with, that's not the time to cut them off.
Once again, this goes far beyond simple disagreement, and I think you know that.
Because the thing is, if you're only friends with people who agree 100% lockstep with what you believe, you know, you're never going to have the chance to possibly, you know, reach out and change someone's mind.
Well, you're not going to have that chance if you weakly and meekly give in to their bullshit either, Cabbie. Which is what you've just done. You backed down after they told you to stop celebrating a victory over bigotry. You backed down. They changed your mind, not the other way around.
I want to make it perfectly clear. You know, I'm happy about the decision on Proposition 8.
So you should be able to say so. You should be able to crow it from the rooftops without an ounce of fucking shame if that's your desire. And if this person tells you not to, if this person tells you that it offends them, that you are happy that justice is being done, and you meekly and mildly fold, they are not your friend, even if you are theirs. Because your friendship is apparently contingent upon not harming their sensibilities, their tender, bigoted sensibilities. Come on, stand up for yourself, Cabbie. You're better than that, and you know it.
In some areas of the country, it is still legal to deny someone housing because of their gayness. If they're gay, it's perfectly legal to deny someone housing. That's a reality.
And your so-called friend is on their side. Think about it, Cabbie. Is this really a person you want as a friend? Especially if your friendship is contingent upon you not voicing your disapproval for their bullshit? That's a friend to you?
That is reality, and that is something that I don't agree with. I'm shocked that that still goes on in this country.
So say so. Stand up, grow a pair, and this is a lesbian telling you to grow a pair of balls, Cabbie, and say what you believe in. Stand up for yourself. I mean, seriously, if this friend of yours tries to tell you that you're not allowed to be happy about their bigotry being defeated, I've already said it. What else can I say? I mean, I started this video with the intention of trying to genuinely talk some sense into you, but I just keep getting angrier and angrier at this shit. I mean, this is not the HappyCabbie that I know. This is not the HappyCabbie that I thought I knew. The one who actually had the courage of his convictions. You're talking like a weakling. I don't understand it. You know? I mean, I can understand wanting to keep a friendship, but not at this price.
And if I say or do something that, that causes, a conflict, okay, I need to make it right.
But was it worth it, Cabbie? On the whole, was the balance really equal? By trying to save the feelings of one bigoted friend, you've managed to piss off thousands. Think about that. The sheer number of your subscribers who've watched your videos, who are not happy about the fact that you would rather soothe the feelings of one bigoted friend than actually express what you really feel about the gay rights movement. I mean, was it really worth it? And think about where we would be without conflict. Where would we be without Rosa Parks in terms of race relations? Where would we be on gay rights without the Stonewall riots? Conflict is what brings about positive change. It's the only way to get there. And you're trying to avoid it as hard as you can. Think about that. I'm sorry, Cabbie, but I cannot be on your side on this. It's just not possible.
I almost lost a friend over this. And I've managed to rebuild that friendship.
Congratulations. You saved a friendship. A friendship that was apparently contingent upon your not offending the sensibilities of a homophobic bigot. Yeah, pardon me if my clapping is going to be derisive and sarcastic.
And like I said, I don't place terms and conditions on friendships. I stand by my friends.
Shouldn't that be a two-way street? Where's their compromising for you?
All I can say is I was able to save my friendship. And I am just hoping that there are some people out there that can understand what I'm trying to say.
Well, frankly, I hope I'm not one of them. Because if what I'm hearing is what I think I'm hearing, this friendship's hanging by a thread. And you're not the person I thought you were. Until next time, don't run on automatic. Please, please, think. Please take the time to rate this video. And hey, if you dig what I do, subscribe. And please visit my Zazzle store, where you'll find all kinds of BionicDance merchandise. If you don't like what I'm saying, there's a good chance you're the reason I'm saying it.